Hello again and welcome to another short clip in my series on electromagnetic radiation and how it affects the human body. I just wanted to do a little report on what happened to me last night. We went on vacation, a very short trip to Vienna, and checked into this nice hotel here in the 3rd district. Nice hotel room, nice view outside. And as you might see on the opposite side, on the block basically in front of the hotel, unfortunately there is quite a relevant number of mobile phone antennas, both the LTE type and also 5G ones. And so what happened to me last night was when I woke up in the middle of the night. I slept here in this part of it, the one that is next to the window side. And I woke up at 2:40 at night suddenly with a kind of burning sensation on the left side of my body because I was sleeping on the back. And so the left side, essentially the side that was obviously exposed to the antennas that come in from the antennas that comes in from the outside. So I want to describe a little bit the sensation because this might be familiar to other people as well. So basically it's a kind of burning sensation. It's not totally unlike similar to heavy sun or a slight sunburn if you have exposed yourself too long to the sun during the daytime. But it's not exactly that same feeling. It has a little bit the sort of tactile flavor of champagne, or this kind of sizzling effect that you get on the tongue, but of course this time on the skin. And sometimes it's like even like little needles that are kind of stitching, you know. So it's a very particular and quite pronounced sensation, I would say, that you get on your skin if you're an electro-sensitive person, or some doctors or literature refers to them as hypersensitive. Electro-hypersensitivity. Unfortunately, I didn't measure the radiation that was involved right away during the night because, well, when you wake up at close to 3 o'clock in the morning, then maybe your brain is not functioning at its best. So I didn't think about that detail, and it took me well after 4 o'clock in the morning until I was able to fall back asleep again. But why am I so convinced that it is at least partly fault of these antennas on the rooftops over there? Of course, the hotel here provides Wi-Fi, wireless LAN to their clients. It's a completely normal service that is requested, of course. I measured the strength of the Wi-Fi in the morning, and it was usually around minus 55 dBm. While the wattage of the mobile phone antennas was rated around 108 dBm. These readings come from a little software application that I was able to download for free from Google Play Store. Quite useful little app that helps you to determine the strength of the electromagnetic fields that you're exposed to at the moment. But as I said, to me it was pretty clear that the radiation of these antennas nearby was clearly involved, because when I turned around in my effort to fall back asleep again, I turned to the side, facing the wall opposed to the windows. And what happened after what I would estimate are something like quarter of an hour, 20 minutes, is that I got the same burning sensation on my back. Now, of course, you can say, well, this guy for sure has realized when he checked into the hotel that there are these mobile phone antennas at the opposite side of the street. and this is all kind of auto-suggested, psychosomatically induced by his own mind. But I want to say, and I guess most psychologists would agree, since this is a sensation that I got immediately after being woken up or waking up in the middle of the night, I don't think your mind is so powerful that even during the sleep you might auto-suggest yourself in such a way that you would have such a bodily reaction. I think this is, for me, this is a pretty clear physiobiological effect induced by the electromagnetic fields that are radiated by these antennas, which are, as I said, in the LTE and in the 5G band. And so the next morning, actually, I was curious and wanted to see how strong, how much power is behind these antennas. So I hooked up to the computer. I'm gonna go over, hooked up to the internet, and I'm gonna show you now what I found here. So as I said, we are in Vienna. We are in the third district by the name of Landstraße, and fortunately there is a website that is pretty clear. In Austria, you can find that under the internet address senderkataster.at, and very clear, in a very clear fashion, it is stated which types of antennas are at the specific position. I mean, first of all, it gives you a great overview of all the antennas that you will find in a specific area, that you can find entering the postal code and the street name, etc., etc. So basically, this is what I found concerning the array of antennas opposite to the hotel that I'm staying in. And as I said, there is UMTS protocols, LTE and 5G involved, and the radiation power is up to 220 watts. What makes the situation a bit more difficult is that I wasn't clearly able to identify if this was just the exactly this array of antennas, because there is also one other array very close to it. I'm gonna click on that now, which actually, so this is the other one, which is actually even a bit stronger, as we will see in a second. So this one here also still carries GSM, the old standard, but the radiation power can go up to 260 watts. So something like, 20% more even. And going back to the on-site view, I also wanted to mention the fact that I know that at night, actually, the radiation that you're exposed to from these antennas is actually often stronger than during the day, because apparently the mobile phone companies rent out the idle channel capacity that is not being used at night, because most people are sleeping at that time of the day. They're renting it out to other services. I don't know if they're doing data transfer backups of data from banks or offices or whatever, but I know from a reliable source that the wattage is actually being cranked up to the max at night. The activity is very often much stronger than during the day, and of course that has an effect on you if you are an electrosensitive person. So just wanted also to use this occasion to explain a little bit about these antennas. To my knowledge, the long ones on these poles are of the LTE type, and the very small boxes down, the smaller boxes, and probably all the very small boxes down at the bottom, towards the bottom of the poles, are of the 5G type that was more recently introduced. So yeah, that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about today. And unfortunately, I am an electrosensitive person, and I had not a very funny night last night. probably due to the combined radiation of the Wi-Fi in the hotel, which is at minus 55 dBm, plus the radio frequencies that arrive from these antennas next to the hotel from the opposite side of the street, which were at 100, only at minus 108 dBm. As I said, unfortunately, I didn't take the chance to measure radiation that was emitted by the mobile phone antennas during the night. And therefore, this might have been well up above these 108. And I gave my reasons why I associate the bodily sensations that I had, the burning, the skin effect, why I associate that clearly to the radiation that came from outside of this building. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. I hope this was of help, and keep watching out for some next videos of mine. Thanks. Have a nice day.